In folklore, a mermaid is an aquatic creature with the head and upper body of a female human and the tail of a fish. 1. Mermaids appear in the folklore of many cultures worldwide, including the Near East, Europe, Africa, and Asia. The first stories appeared in ancient Assyria, in which the goddess Atargatis transformed herself into a mermaid out of shame for accidentally killing her human lover. Mermaids are sometimes associated with perilous events such as floods, storms, shipwrecks and drownings. In other folk traditions, or sometimes within the same tradition, they can be benevolent or beneficent, bestowing boons or falling in love with humans. The male equivalent of the mermaid is the merman, also a familiar figure in folklore and heraldry. Although traditions about and sightings of mermen are less common than those of mermaids, they are generally assumed to coexist with their female counterparts. Some of the attributes of mermaids may have been influenced by the sirens of Greek mythology. Historical accounts of mermaids, such as those reported by Christopher Columbus during his exploration of the Caribbean, may have been inspired by manatees and similar aquatic mammals. While there is no evidence that mermaids exist outside folklore, reports of mermaid sightings continue to the present day, including 21st-century examples from Israel and Zimbabwe. Mermaids have been a popular subject of art and literature in recent centuries, such as in Hans Christian Andersen's well-known fairy tale The Little Mermaid, 1836. They have subsequently been depicted in operas, paintings, books, films and comics. Etymology and related terms. The word mermaid is a compound of the Old English mere, sea, and maid, a girl or young woman. 1. The equivalent term in Old English was merewolf. 2. They are conventionally depicted as beautiful with long flowing hair. 1. As cited above, they are sometimes equated with the sirens of Greek mythology, especially the Odyssey, half-bird femmes fatales whose enchanting voices would lure soon-to-be shipwrecked sailors to nearby rocks, sandbars or shoals. 3. Sirenia. Sirenia is an order of fully aquatic, herbivorous mammals that inhabit rivers, estuaries, coastal marine waters, swamps and marine wetlands. Sirenians, including manatees and dugongs, possess major aquatic adaptations: arms used for steering, a paddle used for propulsion, and remnants of hind limbs, legs, in the form of two small bones floating deep in the muscle. They look ponderous and clumsy but are actually fusiform, hydrodynamic and highly muscular, and mariners before the mid-19th century referred to them as mermaids. 4. Cyanomelia. Cyanomelia, also called mermaid syndrome, is a rare congenital disorder in which a child is born with his or her legs fused together and small genitalia. This condition is about as rare as conjoined twins, affecting 1 out of every 100,000 live births 5, and is usually fatal within a day or two of birth because of kidney and bladder complications. 4 survivors were known as of July 2003. 6. Folklore. As the anthropologist A.S. John noted, these marine beasts have featured in folk tradition for many centuries now, and until relatively recently they have maintained a reasonably standard set of characteristics. Many folklorists and mythographers deem that the origin of the mythic mermaid is the dugong, posing a theory that mythicized tales have been constructed around early sightings of dugongs by sailors. 7. Near East, Ancient Greece. Depictions of entities with the tails of fish, but upper bodies of human beings appear in Mesopotamian artwork from the Old Babylonian period onwards. 8. These figures are usually mermen, but mermaids do occasionally appear. 8. The name for the mermaid figure may have been Kuliltu, meaning fish woman. 8. Such figures were used in Neo-Assyrian art as protective figures. 8. And were shown in both monumental sculpture and in small, protective figurines. 8. The first known mermaid stories appeared in Assyria circa 1000 BC. The goddess Atargatis, mother of Assyrian queen Semiramis, loved Immortal, a shepherd.